Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the first official trailer we got for the upcoming horror reboots, the first of three films, well, hopefully three films if the first one is any good. The Strangers Chapter 1, coming to theaters this summer, May 17th. It was announced a while ago that Lionsgate was doing a reboot of the Strangers movies. The first one was out in 2008, and then 10 years later, we got a sequel, which was okay, but that first one was very, very good. I watched both back to back while I was coincidentally house sitting alone over the weekend, and one night I happened to discover that both of the films at the time were streaming on Netflix. I'm like, oh, this will be a fun watch while I'm house sitting alone in a strange house I've never been in before. Oh, what's this about? Home invasion? Oh, great. But I liked them both. They were entertaining movies, especially the first one. Second one had its moments, but that first one was great. What got me excited about this movie is that it's being directed by a director who directed one of my all-time number one favorite movies, Deep Blue Sea, Rennie Harlin. He also directed movies such as Cliffhanger and the second Die Hard film, Die Hard 2. But I love him for Deep Blue Sea. It is one of my all-time favorite films I watch on a regular basis. And so when they said that he was directing this first film, possibly the other two movies as well, I was very intrigued and excited, mostly because I was such a fan of his work on Deep Blue Sea. And I like the first Strangers movie a lot too, so I'm excited for this movie as well. And the thing that got me even more excited when I was watching the trailer that dropped the other day for this movie was that not only does it look entertaining, but we have legendary horror icon Richard Brake, who gave an absolutely chilling, amazing performance in one of the best horror movies of 2022, fairly recently, Barbarian. He was in that and was excellent in it. The guy plays a wonderful creep. I'm sure he's a lovely human being in real life, but he plays such a good bad guy, especially in horror movies. So I am really looking forward to see what he brings in this movie. From the glimpse that we caught of him in the trailer, it looks like he'll be the sheriff or a deputy sheriff at best, and he seems to be giving the side eye to our two leads who are going to be terrorized in this movie. It seems from the trailer that a young couple has to stop in a small town at an Airbnb overnight while on a road trip or moving elsewhere, and of course they're terrorized by three masked strangers. The thing that makes I think the Stranger movies so scary is that there's no monster or ghost or aliens that are terrorizing the characters in the film. It's human beings, people in costume, but people all the same, and people are capable of terrible, terrible, terrible things, as we see in real life every day. So the whole idea of being terrorized by three random strangers who just happen to be psychopathic murderers, and they go after you because they just happen to target the home you live in or where you're staying at, is quite chilling. So I think that's what's going to make this movie really click with audiences, because it'll make them think and realize, oh, this could happen to me. So we'll see. And it's called The Strangers Chapter 1 because it's intended to be the start of a new trilogy. Don't know when we're supposed to get chapters 2 and 3. I don't know if they're both meant to come out later this year or if they'll come out in the next 2 years or so. I have no idea. Lionsgate is probably waiting to see how this movie is going to do at the box office before officially greenlighting the other two films. Unless they've already been filmed already, which is another possibility, but I don't know yet. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's just watch and enjoy The Strangers Chapter 1, which comes out this summer in theaters May 17th. So I'm excited for it. And the trailer did not disappoint either. I got really creeped out when we caught the footage of the young woman in the shower, and then the camera moves just a little bit to the right, and we see a masked man just standing there watching her. And that's alone was like, So I think that sets a real tone for what kind of movie we can expect this to be. All right, guys, I hope you're just as excited for this movie as I am. What did you think of this trailer? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your night. The Strangers Chapter 1 hits theaters May 17th this summer. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, what's your favorite scary movie?